Beach Boys on a ride home.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Diego.
And I am Kobe.
And this is the Wildcat
Weekly. Not monthly, but weekly. Glad to be back on the air. We have been really busy with our film competition, training our new crew, the rookies. So let's see what's going on this week. So what's going on in store on here and on around campus.
Other news. Last episode, we reminded you of how community service hours are due soon for seniors and must be done to graduate. We can't express enough to you guys how important this is, and the due date's coming close.
Seriously, bro. It seriously is. And most seniors found out in their recent parents' conference how further they are from graduation because them forgetting about the community service hours. If you don't believe it, let's hear from our one and only Knowing with Natalie.
I'm Natalie, and welcome back to a show with Knowing with Natalie. Today I'm going to be sitting in an interview with Mr. Martinez as Ms. James' sub, letting you guys know what needs to be done for community service and what is required, expected, and needed of you guys. So with that, let's get started.
Hello.
Hey. Oh wait, hey or hello?
I
don't want to sound. No, I don't want to sound
They
like
both mean
off. Okay, we'll say hey.
Okay.
No, hey or hello? I don't know.
Hey's fine.
Okay.
Hello. I messed you up so All right, Natalie.
Hey.
Let's do this, all right?
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Hello.
Hey.
It's kind of weird being on this side of the camera.
A little bit.
Yeah,
right?
well, you're used to it. Hi, guys.
Yes.
Hello. So,
Okay, so I'm sitting here with Mr. Martinez, and I'm going to be asking him a few questions in substitute of Miss James. Okay, so Mr. Martinez, you just did some conferences, right, with some students?
Yeah, I had a good blend of both juniors and seniors this year, so it's been an interesting run.
Okay. So since you did some of their conferences, and you've seen their hours, how do you feel they're doing compared to last year's students?
So, let's see. I felt like last year's students really should have been a good example for our students this year of what not to do. I felt that a good majority of students last year really held up their hours until the very end. And that leads to a lot of mistakes they made. And we actually had a good portion of seniors who weren't even able to graduate because they slacked on their community service. This year, I noticed that some students were really taking advantage of these new programs we've had, like Culinary Mondays and the positive training. But I've noticed that they're falling behind now, almost just like last year. So I am personally a little worried at the moment about seniors.
Yeah, I think it's just closer to the end.
It is, yeah.
Yes. It starts to get scary around that time, too. Okay, so how important do you feel the community service is and for it to be done on time?
Well, doing it on time is definitely way better than doing it last minute. You have to understand that when you're on your last few days of high school, the last things you're thinking about are community service. You're thinking about grades, you're thinking about that senior exit interview, you're thinking about caps and gown orders, grad night, and all these things. And the last thing you're going to want to worry about is community service hours. So doing it earlier is way better than doing it later, especially when we're a few days away from it being done. I think it's May 18th that the due date's coming up. So you guys are coming down to your last few days.
It's really close here.
Yeah. How are you on your hours?
I'm good. I just need about 7 more.
Yeah, see, you guys all need to be where that's at. I know some people that are still at 1 hour, still getting there. So, and that's something that's really concerning because, I mean, you guys work so hard throughout the whole year and trying to get the right grades, getting the right credits, and at the end for just community service to be the thing that stops you, it hurts me just as much as it hurts you guys to think that that's what that will prevent you.
Yeah. It wouldn't be something very good.
Yeah, so that's why we're kind of doing this interview, trying to get you guys to be aware of how important this is and how many days you really do have left of it.
It's coming by really close, really, really close.
Yeah.
Don't let that stop you from graduating. Okay. What would you recommend, or what do you think are most popular things that some students are doing right now to get their hours?
So Culinary Mondays is always like a go-to great place. You guys are already getting off after school early, so you guys have that free time, and going on a free ride to West Hills to learn how to cook and be with chefs, I think that's a really cool thing. Believe me, Yeah, I was still really rocking cereal and top ramen in college, and I really wish I had a Culinary Mondays.
Yeah.
Another thing which is really cool right now that I would highly recommend for a lot of students is that positive training. In the beginning of the year, it was super popular. A lot of kids were knocking a lot of hours down, but now a lot of openings are available, which means that for seniors who are desperate for hours, that's their go-to that I would go to right now.
Yeah.
you're working with dogs, you're helping them out, and you're getting your hours in. So while you're doing something for yourself, you're doing something for an animal and helping them be adoptable and training them. So I think and you gotta imagine, it must feel really nice to see the dog that you were helping with to be adopted and have a good life. I mean, how many other opportunities can you have that to save a thing? Yeah, so I would highly recommend that right now. So yeah.
Okay. What are some other things that could be done for community service, like as substitutes for, doing the big things like Culinary Mondays and the positive training?
So obviously there's a whole bunch of other opportunities we have on how to get better hours than just working with food or animals. Actually, did you guys a favor, got the whole list if you haven't looked at it. You guys also have a lot of other places that qualify for community service. For example, King's Christian School Thrift Store. That's another good one. Renewed Thrift Store, Lemoore Christian Aid, Soup Kitchen, the Hanford Community Hospital, the local Kings County SPCA. So if not the Positive, there's other dog area. The Salvation Army, and just stuff like that. And this is one thing that I really want to give a good warning to students too, is because I've noticed that when it gets close to the hours, when you're running out a few days to get their hours, a lot of students will go desperately looking for something on their own, and they never checked if it even qualified. So this is a good rule of thumb right here, guys. If none of these things sound good to you, you can find your own thing, but make sure that it qualifies.
Yeah,
because
you don't want to do all those hours.
Because if it's a profitable business, it does not count. So your uncle's whatever business or whatever things I've seen, your aunt's daycare center, if it's making profit, you can't get your hours there because that's not community service. And that's why it's really important that we talk about this. So if this doesn't work, none of those things on that list, go find something, but make sure that you see if it's qualifiable. And don't do it last minute. So if you're doing good, that's awesome. Get your friends on board because you want to graduate with them. And let's see if we can do better than last year and learn from their mistakes. If not, then it's going to be a sad year. And I don't want to see a sad year.
Okay, so that was near the end. So we heard of everything and what is expected from students and us singers. And we can get it done. And we will. So thank you for sitting here in this
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm willing to help.
Thank you, Natalie, for all the important information. Us at JMO Productions would love to help you guys succeed. So here's our community service doomsday judgment countdown clock. We're still working on the name though.
Man,
You good?
countdown. You don't see that? No, countdown scares me.
It should if you have less than 30 community service hours.
Oh God, Diego. What can I do to get those hours up though?
Let me tell you real quick. Well, if you are needing more hours, you are in luck. Because there's a new opening in the Positive program, a value animal haven. Not only could you rack up hours every Thursday, but you can be helping doggies and be trained to be more adaptable and save their lives. Be a hero and sign up with Miss Simons in the front office. You want to be a hero?
No, that sounds cool though. But what if I'm not a dog person? I'm allergic to dogs.
Well, this Culinary Mondays, there's food.
Oh,
It's another way. It's a great way too.
Yeah.
Everybody loves food, so why not help make great food at West Hills College every Monday after school? Go to Miss Stone to sign up.
You're right. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, that community service is really important and a requirement. So if any other of these great opportunities aren't one for you, then just stop lagging. Now let's go to our favorite weather woman, Giselle, see if more rain in store this week.
Thanks, guys, and good morning to you all. I'm Giselle back with this week's weather. The weather for this week will look like Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high of 70. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a high of 69. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 69. And Friday, there's going to be showers with a high of 65. Make sure to dress comfortably and warm. Well, back to you guys.
Thank you, Giselle, for that important information. Now talking about sports, the basketball team is at the tail end of their season.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The score is 1 win to 2 losses. And the team's about to face our tournament Friday, so wish us luck.
Continuing with sports, with basketball ending, softball season is coming up real soon. Softball trials will be next Monday. So if interested in representing our school and getting credits for playing sports, sign up soon. You signing up?
I think no, I'm not. Lastly, wanting to update you students with our film competition that we have been working on. Our alcohol and drug prevention video is nearly done, and we would love to give you guys a sneak peek of it.
Hey guys, coast is clear. It's just Monica. Hey Monica, come here. We got something for you. Come
You
here.
should really stop. You guys are gonna end up getting caught.
Hey, be quiet.
Cheers.
Hey, we snuck some beers on the school. You want one?
What you mean, no? You're not having fun? Don't give her one. Yeah.
Just this one time.
Just one time.
Just this one time.
Just one time. Just one time.
One time, man.
And
Hope you guys like that because we had a lot of fun doing it. But wait on March 9th to see the whole thing.
This is the end of the show.
Yep.
I'm Diego.
And I'm Kobe.
And this is the Wildcat Weekly.